Action.
Save me from all of this. Free me from these trails of a bleeding heart, a signal through this storm.
I think everyone knows why they should see this movie. It's because, yet again, I'm in it.
I think it's a good story. Like it's original. It's a good story. I think it's going to keep audiences captivated. But really, like in the end of it, it's the characters. I think that I think that you're going to follow the characters. You're going to relate to the characters. You're going to like the characters.
It was funny because when we first heard about the script, I think I told Todd that I'd be happy to like help participate. After we saw Moretti House, I mean, we saw Moretti House and we were like, oh dude, this is really awesome. This is a local guy who's producing these films. We want to be part of the next one.
This movie is for a lot of different audiences. I think this movie is for people who are into fantasy stuff. This is a movie that are people into like crime dramas, or just your basic kind of indie, you know, kidnapping film. You know, it's a good old fashioned where'd that chick go?
I think the number one reason people should see Echo is, number one, it's awesome. Number two, it's very entertaining. But number three, it's a testament that you can make a movie without a ton of money.
When Todd first came to me about mixing these two kind of genres of movies, if you will, it's kind of almost a futuristic Lord of the Rings movie meets a mob Goodfellas kind of thing. And at first, I got to be honest with you, I didn't know if it would fly.
Nothing about this film is recycled. The story's original.
It's mobsters meets elves, and everyone saw, like, everyone's face did the same thing, which was like, what the? It's
a great story. It really is. Rob really put together something that I think is going to touch on a lot of people, because it crosses so many genres. I mean, there's a little bit of a suspense there's some comedy in it, there's your shoot 'em up mob stuff, and of course the fantasy aspect.
I read the script and it was just fantastic. I knew that we had to do it, and I really pushed so that we could get it done.
Okay, so how do mobsters and elves work together? But when you start to read the script, it's really cool the way Rob's put it together, because he really did build a story where these two things really didn't have anything to do with each other. It's just that a couple friendships intersected, and one of the storyline intersects through that friendship. You know, the main character, who's a friend of Katie's brother, you know, helps them find it, and in the process he finds out, you know, some of these peculiar things about himself that lead him to discover, you know, a past that he had no memory of whatsoever.
As things came together and as the scenes were shot, you could see that this really does work well, and I got my hat's off to Todd for coming up with this and making it work.
We created two worlds here. I mean, you know, you have the world that you guys know, which is the everyday life, you know, people going to their jobs and, you know, hanging out in bars and drinking, having a lot of fun. And then there's the other world that's kind of in turmoil, and it's almost an elven world that you may recognize, but with our own little twist on it, because, you know, we wanted it to be familiar to you, but we also wanted it to be different.
I feel that this movie has brought together the talents of so many people that wouldn't have otherwise been able to show those talents.
What the fuck? Jesse, do you have any idea what time it is?
Gotta know. I'm sorry, Frank. It's Katie. She never came home last night.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She never came home. I've called her cell phone 100 times. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Alright.
Jesse, just calm down. I'm sure nothing's wrong.
Listen, just give me a second. If you check the whole apartment, maybe she just fell asleep on the couch or something.
I'm telling you, she's not fucking here.
Well, maybe she went out with a friend. Her
her and Amy get drunk together all the time. Maybe she just passed out at her place.
No, I've already called Amy. Katie would have told me.
If she was going out with Amy, and Amy doesn't know where she is either.
Alright, I'm on my way. Sit tight.
Okay. Please hurry.
I play Frank, and Frank is an awesome character to play. He's definitely, the son of a mob boss, so he grew up in that whole, in-your-face kind of way of life, and he also has that very Jersey Shore kind of attitude where he's just partying, and he doesn't want anything to do with his dad's business. He doesn't want it, but he wants to live his own life. So even though he has that background, he has his own agenda, and that's just really kind of living his life the way that he wants to live and having a good time, and just going after it 100% all the time. So it was very cool, very inspiring at times.
Katie was fun. She had moxie. I'm pretty sure that absolutely nobody would like her, or perhaps even want her to be saved in this movie, because she's not that endearing. But she's tough as nails. That was fun. That was kind of an exciting thing to pursue.
Well, when I wrote Will, I found him to be an incredibly interesting character. He's part of the separate race, so he has different values, and he has different genetic makeup than humans do.
Well, I play Vinny, who is a kind of an old-fashioned mob boss in a futuristic scene. He is very set in his ways, which are kind of old mob ways. And you will see, as you watch the movie, how that kind of plays for him and against him, depending on who he's dealing with.
Jesse's relatively close to my basic personality. He's a little more manic than I can say that I am, but we're pretty well in line. He's really, absolutely, has never touched anything part of Frank's life, even though they're such good friends, and even though he's engaged to Frank's sister, he has no idea about just about anything in the world as it really is. He has a propensity to go a little emotional, a little overboard on his reactions, and I think that was probably the hardest thing for me to capture, is to really give myself over to being that emotional.
Vinny is kind of a father figure to Frank, and Vinny takes that seriously, but when it gets right down to it, business is business. Vinny's got to do what he's got to do, Frank's got to do what he's got to do, and it makes for quite an interesting dynamic between the two as things come to a head.
Oddly, I played two roles. I played Dwomira as well, and Dwomira was actually a member of that other race, and I had a lot more fun with Dwomira than I had with Will. Like, I really felt that playing that character was fun, and I really fell into it, and that was the more inhuman character, so that's a little weird.
Todd does a great job. He really gets into it. He loves what he does, and he motivates you and wants you to continue, doing these movies. I mean, I said this in the last one, if it weren't for Todd, none of us would even have a chance to do anything like this, and this is one of the most fun things for anyone to do. Todd's
a professional. Todd knew who he was working with, what he was working with, and really helped people to understand the art of filmmaking.
Todd did a really nice job of letting us kind of find the characters, and then he gets into us and says, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. And by the time he did that, we had our characters, we had the scene, we were ready to go.
This is serious people acting, doing a really good job, helped along by a really good director.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely pretty glad we went through with it, because it's pretty awesome.
A film like this could never get done without having a gigantic support system, and that's exactly what this film is. This film is a testament to people who have similar goals and common interests, and definitely, you know, the talents of many people came together to make this.
To see the kind of professionalism that comes out when it's all said and done, when the scenes are put together, is amazing. It just shows you that if people take it seriously and really want to do something and believe in the project and believe in the script, that you don't need billions of dollars.
I think you go see Echo because it's not what you'd expect from a movie, and whatever your set of expectations is, whether you understand this to be an indie flick or whether you understand some elements of the plot, whether you know none of the actors, hi Mom, or you do, maybe you know all of this because you're part of this community where we filmed it, but I think that's one of the best reasons to go do it is because of the mystery and the intrigue behind what's there.
This movie's going to be awesome, and you're going to love it, and it's because of the people that's involved. I know I said that before, but I can't stress that enough. I mean, we got Tim Bonomo down at the Palace Theater. We got different investors and different executive producers that helped us with equipment, helped us with locations, helped us with tapes, you know, the talent. Everybody that stepped in to do this film is going to be proud of what we put together, and I think you're going to be proud to watch it. Because it's a great film.
This is a serious film. We want it to get out there. We want people to take it seriously.
You should come see this movie because, you know, these guys and every actor in this movie brought these characters that were flat on a page really to life in some kind of three-dimensional way. And I think they're just going to captivate you and engage you and bring you into the movie.
You just look at the trailer. I mean, look how it's put together. That's big time movie stuff. And I know that Todd, that's how he works, and that's how the film is coming together. And budget or no, I mean, you talk about low budget. This was a no budget movie, and when it comes out there on the screen, you will not believe that the small amount of money spent to make this movie.
It's done. It's wrapped.
Save me from all of this.